This is the Three of Pentacles. In the typical depiction, there's like an archway with like another two archways within it. The three pentacles are above the archway with a rose in the centre, into Venus symbolism. Left-hand side is a male figure who's standing on top of a table. And on the right-hand side is a female figure with a cloak, and then a male figure that looks a bit like a monk. And she's showing this male figure something perhaps that she's got for sale, cloth or linen. And then it looks a bit like he's examining it with a magnifying glass. Perhaps that could be amplifying it. I kind of see this card as like a female, like curvaceous body in the centre. But in the space in the middle there's another female figure looking sort of directly at her. And then there's lots of other figures in sort of all these other pillars. You can see fairly clearly in what would be the breast, I guess. There's actually two faces here. One looks a lot clearer than the other, the one in the middle. And then to the left of that, in what looks like a bit like the pink butterfly wing, there's another like ghost spectrally face there. And then at the top, let's see, there's that face of the right-hand figure looking in, but there's sort of lots of people sort of all looking kind of that way, sort of towards the left. There's this purple figure down the bottom that looks a bit like a candle, but it's covering its eyes. Not sure if it's just really shy. Above that and to the left, there's sort of like a head, which is sort of within a square. Kind of reminds me of a hieroglyph, but it's got actually a long leg like Italy in it, with a boot. This blue and white or yellow thing to the left-hand side, and it looks a bit like a crab to me, because that could be the constellation. And these are ideas of ladders, which could relate to DNA. From this angle, the bit below the crab looks a bit like an arrowhead. And at the bottom, it looks like the head of an eel or a snake there, right at the very bottom. It's like got blue around the outside, like it swims through water. And then on the right-hand side are these symbols that look a bit like a totem pole-y. The top one looks like a lowercase t. Not sure if the rest mean anything or if they just look nice. So the original card relates to teamwork. There's a definite sense of a team here. There's multiple faces, people. I get the idea, like in the original thing where she's showing him a piece of linen perhaps, it's also like trying to understand the deeper mysteries. This bit on the right-hand side, this idea of a figure interpreting what that means and then passing it along, interpreting it in different ways, like through books, classes, artwork, different forms of expression is what I'm trying to say. I like this one. It feels really soft and gentle. Thanks for listening, and please like and subscribe.